This video will show you how to enter a cash adjustment. We do have, again, how to step-by-step instructions on cash adjustments with screenshots and numbers and basically detailed as to the different items that you'll have to fill out required for a cash adjustment. Anytime you want to complete a cash adjustment would probably be for entering interest, entering a transfer, a discrepancy, a return check. Those are typically your different reasons why you would want to enter a cash adjustment. So I also always suggest that we use the cash adjustment form. You have to fill out the form anyway to get permission from your principal to do that. So we do have a form that pretty much requests that you complete all the information as to what it is that you're going to be making this adjustment for. Your date, your amount, very important information, your activity, what activity we're making the adjustment to. It's always nice to have it up front versus you're right in the middle of entering and not knowing what to do next. Is it an expense? Is it a receipt? Of course, and it gives you a hint here. Are you reducing the balance, increasing the balance? What are you doing? What action is it? So it kind of gives you the opportunity to get all this information if you're not aware of what that information is, so that you can reach out to the correct person to guide you and help you get whatever needs to go in here. Comments. Comments are always important in these adjustments because sometimes if you just put in there, it's an adjustment for $10. We have no idea what it's for. If we're missing the documentation, that also doesn't help. This report also tells you this is the documentation you're going to need to attach to this adjustment in order for it to be meeting the guidelines for auditing purposes. Supporting documentation as far as how did you come to the conclusion that you needed an adjustment? What is it? How do you know what dollar amount to adjust? And of course, you want a screenshot of the completed adjustment and signed by your principal and dated. So that would be something you typically would do at the end of every month. Okay, so to complete an adjustment, here we are at the main screen once again. We would go into the Tyler menu, financials, student activity, and we would find cash adjustments. So the cash adjustment screen pretty much asks you the same information that is on that form that we just discussed, which looks like this one. So it's pretty much the same information on there. So to add one on, of course, we would go and click the plus sign. And let's see if we have $10 and it was maybe for interest. So we would probably, if it was for interest, we would enter it into January, click OK, tab, what location? And so here you would choose your location. I'm just going to go ahead and choose a superintendent's account, accept. Activity. Here is where you need to find out where are you going to be putting that money. So I'm going to put it into instructional services, tab, and cash code. Of course, you only have access to one cash code, so that's simple enough. Action. What is this for? And this is where it gets tricky, and you need to make sure that you're entering the right and choosing the right one. Is this an expense? Is this a professional service? Is it a supply? Is it a receipt for a donation? Is it a receipt for interest? Is it a receipt for other local revenues? So that's where that that sheet comes in handy because you've already figured out all this information ahead of time. Obviously, if you put expense and it was an increase such as interest, then that would mean that we've chosen the wrong account and so the wrong action. And so that means that it's going to go in a different direction and you're probably going to be out of balance. And you're going to have to make another adjustment to correct the adjustment because you can't edit cash adjustments. So in this case, it's an interest. So you just click accept. And of course, here we're going to go in here and put in January. Oops, and you always want to use caps. January 2022 interest. And so you click accept. Once you click accept, you can proceed if everything is in, all this information is correct. You can proceed to go ahead and cash it out. Currently, it is at a created status. So you can still delete it. You cannot adjust it. So if something's wrong here, then we need to delete and start over. But once you cash out, you can't delete, edit, adjust. You can't do anything. We would have to basically enter another adjustment to correct it And that is the only way to fix it. So to finish this up, we would do cash out, and we would click on save, and then we click OK. And the cash adjustment has been posted. You just click OK. If you wanted to see the adjustment and take a screenshot, as is required for the report, supporting backup. So you can do what I just did, which is click search. And I typed in the dollar amount. And it told me here that the system has two for $10.38. So the first one, oops, I think the first one I didn't. Well, see, it gave me two different ones. Obviously, I didn't put in the right amount. I think it was 1025, but in this case, 1031 is 16 had a 1038 and 930 or 21 had it. So I don't remember the amount I put in there. You could always just do search, open search, and it tells you that there's 4,000. So you click yes, continue. And of course, now it's going to tell you all 4,600. So if you wanted to, you just click on browse. This may take longer than I thought. Oh, it didn't work. Okay. So, I'm not sure what's going on. Oops. So let's cancel that and come back in here. A completely different one. And of course, you can do that as well. So here, I'm going to choose the date this time. So I chose January 31st. Click OK, and I'm going to use this so I can limit it. There we go. So 10/31/22, 10/25. So if I had an attachment, I would be able to go in here and access it and upload it if I wanted to, or I can just take my screenshot of what I need for proof per the requirement, the audit requirement, take my screenshot, and basically the screenshot should just include this area here. Just so we don't need the entire screen. This is the main information that we need. And so basically it would just start at the adjustment and end down here at the journal and showing that the status was posted. And that's pretty much all that we need to do. This will include cash adjustments. To get back to the main screen, you just click back. And that concludes cash adjustments.